My fellow Burkinabe brothers and sisters across Africa, today we face a moment of profound challenge and historic significance. The recent strike carried out on our soil by a foreign power, the United States, was not just an attack on Burkina Faso, it was a wake-up call for all of Africa. This strike, intended to weaken our sovereignty and intimidate our people, has instead ignited a fire of resistance and unity that will burn brighter than ever before. For too long, Africa has endured interference from distant powers whose interests have never aligned with the well-being of our nations. We have been subjected to covert operations, economic pressures, and military interventions under the guise of security and cooperation. But today, Burkina Faso stands tall and defiant, reminding the world that the dignity and sovereignty of African nations are not negotiable. This attack was meant to destabilize us, to sow fear and division. Instead, it has revealed the resilience of our people and the strength of our shared destiny. We will not be pawns on the global chessboard. We will not bow to external forces who seek to dictate our future. Our struggle is a struggle for freedom, for justice, and for the right of Africans to determine their own path without interference. To those who launched the strike, I say this: Burkina Faso is not weak. We are a proud nation with a rich history of resistance against oppression. Our soldiers, our youth, and our communities are united in defense of our homeland. We will rebuild, we will grow stronger, and we will continue to pursue our vision of a sovereign, peaceful, and prosperous Africa. To the peoples of Africa, let this moment be the spark that unites us all. We must rise together, not just in words but in action, to protect our lands, our cultures, and our futures. The era of external domination is coming to an end. The future belongs to those who dare to stand firm and defend their rights. Burkina Faso's response will be measured but firm. We call on all our partners who respect the principles of sovereignty and international law to stand with us in condemning this aggression. We also call for dialogue based on mutual respect and for cooperation that truly benefits our people. Let the world know that the strike meant to intimidate us has instead awakened a spirit of courage and defiance that will shake the foundations of global power. Africa is awake. Burkina Faso is awake. And together we will shape a future defined by dignity, freedom, and unity. My fellow Burkinabe brothers and sisters across Africa, we find ourselves at a crossroads in history. An unprecedented event has shaken the very foundations of our beloved nation and sent ripples across the continent. An unprovoked military strike by the United States on Burkina Faso. This strike is not just an attack on our land, it is an assault on our sovereignty, our dignity, and our right as a people to determine our own destiny. For centuries, Africa has been subjected to external powers imposing their will under various pretexts, whether colonial domination, economic exploitation, or military intervention. Today, this latest strike is yet another reminder that our sovereignty is still being challenged in the most blatant ways. It is a clear message to all African nations that even in the 21st century, foreign powers may try to dictate terms, violate borders, and undermine governments that dare to assert independence. But Burkina Faso stands firm. We will not allow any force, no matter how powerful, to trample on our sovereignty or diminish the spirit of our people. This strike was intended to weaken us, to intimidate us, and to send a warning to other African countries about the consequences of pursuing an independent path. Yet, it has done the exact opposite. It has awakened a powerful response, not only from within Burkina Faso, but across Africa. This aggression has sparked a renewed sense of unity, pride, and determination among Africans everywhere. It reminds us that our strength lies not in submission to foreign powers, but in the collective will of our people to stand tall and protect what is ours. The people of Burkina Faso have already demonstrated immense resilience and courage in the face of adversity. We have faced internal challenges, security threats, and economic hardships, yet we continue to rise, united and determined. This attack will only fuel our resolve. Our soldiers, our youth, our elders, and every citizen are now more committed than ever to defending our homeland and our sovereignty. Let me be clear. Sovereignty is not an abstract concept. It is the lifeblood of any nation. It means the right to govern ourselves without external interference, to choose our allies, to chart our own development path, and to live in peace and dignity. When a foreign power violates that sovereignty through a military strike, it is not only an act of aggression, but an attack on the very essence of nationhood. In the face of this violation, Burkina Faso will respond with strength and wisdom. We will rebuild what was damaged. We will protect our people, and we will continue to pursue policies that prioritize our national interests and the well-being of all Burkinabe. We call on the international community to respect international law, the principles of sovereignty, and the dignity of all nations. Burkina Faso is committed to peace and cooperation, but never at the expense of our independence and self-determination. The strike also raises important questions about the future of Africa's relationship with foreign powers. It is a stark reminder that the era of neo-colonialism, of interference under the guise of partnership or security, must end. Africa must stand united against any form of external aggression or control. The true path to lasting peace and development lies in African solutions to African problems, solutions grounded in solidarity, mutual respect, and shared vision. I call upon all African leaders, all continental organizations, and all citizens of this great continent to recognize this moment for what it is, a call to action. We must strengthen our unity, deepen our cooperation, and build institutions that protect our sovereignty and dignity. We must invest in our security, our economies, and our people so that no foreign power can exploit divisions or vulnerability. To the people of Burkina Faso, I say, this is our moment to stand as one. Let this attack ignite a fire of patriotism and resilience that no force can extinguish. Our history is filled with stories of bravery and resistance. Today we add a new chapter, one where we rise, unbowed, unbroken, and unafraid. To the world I say, Burkina Faso is not a place to be undermined or controlled. We are a proud nation with a rich heritage and a bright future. Any attempts to intimidate us will be met with firm resistance and the unwavering spirit of our people. Africa is watching. The eyes of millions are upon us. This strike has awakened a new consciousness, a shared understanding that our sovereignty and freedom must be fiercely protected. Let it be known that Burkina Faso's response is not just a reaction to aggression, but a declaration of a new era. An era where Africa will no longer be a playground for external powers, but a continent that defines its own destiny with pride and strength. Together, we will overcome this challenge. Together, we will build a Burkina Faso and an Africa that no foreign strike can ever shake. Our sovereignty is sacred, our resolve unbreakable, and our future belongs to us alone. My fellow Africans, brothers and sisters across this great continent, the recent strike on Burkina Faso was not only an attack on our soil, it has become a catalyst, a powerful spark that has awakened the spirit of Pan-African unity like never before. In that moment of adversity, something extraordinary has emerged. A renewed call across the continent for true independence, dignity, and self-determination. For too long, Africa has been fragmented, divided by borders drawn by colonizers, and influenced by external powers, seeking to maintain control over our resources and destinies. We have felt the weight of foreign interference in our politics, our economies, and even our security. But today, that strike has shaken more than just Burkina Faso. It has shaken the foundations of a system that has sought to keep Africa dependent, disunited, and vulnerable. What many saw as an act meant to intimidate us has instead awakened a shared consciousness among African nations. Across the continent, leaders, youth, and communities are rising with one voice, demanding respect for our sovereignty and an end to the cycles of foreign intervention. This moment is not just about one country, it is about all of us. It is a call for Africa to reclaim its narrative, to break free from old patterns, and to build a future on our own terms. This unity is not theoretical or abstract. It is already taking shape in the hearts and minds of millions who are beginning to see that our struggles are intertwined, that what threatens one of us threatens all of us. The strike on Burkina Faso has become a rallying point, a moment that compels us to come together to defend our shared values, our cultures, and our futures. I have spoken with leaders from neighboring countries, from across West Africa and beyond, and I am heartened by the solidarity shown toward Burkina Faso. This is a sign that the old divisions and rivalries that have sometimes weakened us are now being set aside in favor of collective strength. The spirit of Pan-Africanism, the dream of a united and sovereign Africa, is being rekindled, and it is stronger than ever. This renewed unity calls us to action. It demands that we deepen our cooperation, not only in words but in deeds. We must strengthen our continental institutions, empower our economies, and invest in our security forces to ensure that Africa is no longer vulnerable to external military strikes or economic pressures. It means prioritizing African partnerships over foreign interests and fostering collaboration based on mutual respect and shared goals. Our independence is not just political, it is economic, cultural, and social. True freedom means controlling our own resources, deciding how our wealth is used, and nurturing our own traditions and values without foreign imposition. The strike on Burkina Faso has highlighted the urgent need for this holistic independence. To the young people of Africa, I say this: you are the heartbeat of this awakening. Your energy, your ideas, and your passion are driving this movement forward. You understand that Africa's future must be built by Africans themselves. Embrace this responsibility. Unite across borders. Harness technology, education, and innovation to transform our continent. Your voices must be heard louder than ever before. To our elders and leaders, this is a moment to show vision and courage. We must put aside petty differences and political ambitions that divide us. We must work hand in hand to build institutions that protect our sovereignty and promote the welfare of all Africans. This is a time for bold leadership and unwavering commitment to the principles of Pan-African solidarity. Let us also remember that this renewed call for independence is not isolationism. Africa must engage with the world, but as equal partners, not as subjects of external powers. We must seek cooperation that respects our dignity and benefits our people. The era of unequal relationships, where foreign interests come first, must end. The strike on Burkina Faso has opened the eyes of many to the reality that our strength lies in unity. It has sparked a continental movement that is shaking old structures and inspiring new possibilities. It is a reminder that when we stand together, we are unstoppable. Burkina Faso is proud to stand at the forefront of this awakening.
Lovely viewers, welcome to AMF4 TV. My name is Richard Che. I hope you are fine. Okay, we are talking about how African leaders has to be united by this an influential leader, Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore. There is a video on social media, especially on our handles, that we have to share it to you for you people to comment on it, on how statements he has been making all these days. We'll keep on updating you on this issue, but don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of this video as well as similar videos like this. Let's listen to whatever he said and on social media to see, and then also don't forget to comment when you watch this video. Kindly also not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video for people to also watch and like us.
We will continue to fight for our sovereignty and work tirelessly to build bridges across Africa. This is a shared journey toward liberation and prosperity that belongs to all of us. The road ahead will not be easy. There will be challenges and sacrifices. But the dream of a united, sovereign, and prosperous Africa is worth every effort. The strike meant to weaken us has instead forged a stronger bond among African nations and peoples. Together we are writing a new chapter in the story of Africa. A chapter defined by courage, unity, and an unyielding commitment to independence. The world will witness the rise of an Africa that no longer accepts interference, but instead charts its own path with pride and determination. Let this awakening be the dawn of a new era for our continent, an era where African nations stand shoulder to shoulder, bound by shared history, culture, and aspirations, an era where Africa's voice commands respect on the global stage. The strike that shook Burkina Faso has in truth awakened Africa itself, and together we will build the future we deserve. My fellow citizens of Burkina Faso, brothers and sisters across Africa and the world, the moment our nation was struck by this foreign aggression, we knew that the response must be more than just words. It had to be decisive, courageous, and a clear message to all who might consider undermining our sovereignty. My response and the response of all Burkinabe is not just a reaction to a single act of hostility. It is a redefinition of Burkina Faso's position in the global arena, a bold assertion that we will no longer tolerate foreign interference in our internal affairs. For too long, Burkina Faso, like many African nations, has been a theater where external powers play out their agendas, often under the guise of assistance or security cooperation. These interventions, far from bringing peace and progress, have frequently led to instability, division, and the erosion of our sovereignty. But today, with this strike, the line has been drawn. Our response is clear. Burkina Faso is a sovereign nation with the right to govern itself without foreign intrusion or threats. When I took up the mantle of leadership, I vowed to defend the dignity of our people and the sovereignty of our nation. The strike was an affront not only to our government, but to every Burkinabe who cherishes freedom and independence. Our response was swift and resolute. We mobilized our forces, fortified our defenses, and stood united. This was a message not only to those who attacked us, but to the entire world. Burkina Faso will not be a passive victim of foreign power plays. This decisive response goes beyond military and security measures. It is a political and diplomatic declaration. We are recalibrating our foreign policy to prioritize partnerships based on respect, equality, and mutual benefit. We are no longer willing to be part of alliances or agreements that compromise our sovereignty or subject us to external influence that undermines our national interests. Our stance now is rooted in a clear understanding that sovereignty is sacred. It is the foundation of our freedom and the bedrock of our future. Any foreign interference, no matter the justification, that threatens our ability to govern ourselves, protect our citizens, and chart our own course, will be met with firm resistance. We are also taking this opportunity to strengthen our internal institutions, our military, our intelligence services, and our civil governance, so that we can effectively protect our nation from external threats without reliance on foreign actors, whose interests may not align with ours. This is about self-reliance, about building our capacity to secure our own peace and development. Moreover, our courageous response sends a powerful signal to other African nations and to the international community. It is a call to rethink the old paradigms of engagement with Africa. Paradigms too often shaped by paternalism, conditionalities, and dominance. Burkina Faso's example challenges the global order to recognize and respect the sovereignty of African nations as equal members of the international family. Our redefined stance is also a message to our own people, a message of empowerment and pride. It is an affirmation that our fate lies in our own hands, that we are the architects of our destiny. This awakening inspires confidence in our institutions and in the power of our collective will. We recognize that the world is interconnected and cooperation is necessary, but cooperation must be based on dignity and equality, not on dependency or coercion. We seek partnerships that respect our sovereignty and contribute genuinely to our development. Any alliance that demands we sacrifice our independence will be reconsidered or rejected. In standing firm against this foreign strike, Burkina Faso is not closing its doors to the world. Rather, we are opening a new chapter, one where we engage with international partners from a position of strength and mutual respect. This is the path to sustainable peace and progress. This decisive and courageous response also highlights the importance of African unity. When one nation's sovereignty is threatened, the sovereignty of all is at risk. Burkina Faso stands as a beacon for the continent, encouraging other countries to assert their independence and work collectively to prevent any form of external domination. Our resilience today is a testament to the spirit of our people, unyielding, brave, and proud. It is a call to every Burkinabe to stand tall, to defend our land, and to contribute to the building of a nation that is free, sovereign, and respected on the world stage. To those who would seek to interfere in our affairs, let this be a clear warning. Burkina Faso will no longer tolerate violations of our sovereignty. We will defend our nation with every means at our disposal. Our courage is not born out of recklessness, but from a profound love for our homeland and a commitment to justice. We will turn this moment of aggression into a turning point, a moment when Burkina Faso reclaims its rightful place as a sovereign nation, free from foreign domination, proud of its identity and determined to secure a peaceful and prosperous future for all its people. This is the new Burkina Faso, the Burkina Faso of strength, dignity, and unwavering sovereignty. My brothers and sisters across Burkina Faso, across Africa and beyond, in these times of great challenge, I stand before you not just as a leader of one nation, but as a voice for a continent that refuses to be shackled by the chains of foreign domination. The strike against Burkina Faso was not merely an attack on our soil, it was a catalyst that awakened a new spirit of resistance throughout Africa, a spirit that I am humbled to lead and proud to be part of. For too long, Africa has been the stage for external military interventions, invasions masked as peacekeeping, and strikes disguised as efforts to secure stability. These interventions have often brought more chaos than calm, undermining our governments, disrupting our societies, and weakening the very fabric of our nations. But today, a new wave of resistance is rising, one that demands respect for African sovereignty and an end to the era of imposed solutions. My leadership in this critical moment is about more than reacting to aggression. It is about inspiring a movement rooted in courage, dignity, and unyielding determination to protect our land, our people, and our future. To the response of Burkina Faso, under my guidance, has sent a clear message: African nations will no longer accept being pawns in the games of foreign powers. I have witnessed firsthand the pride and resolve of our people, their readiness to defend their homeland, and their refusal to be silenced or subdued. This resilience reflects the heartbeat of Africa itself.
Welcome back. I hope you watched the video, and I hope you've taken note of whatever statements he made in the video. Kindly not to forget to also subscribe, also comment on the video to see your ideas on what Ibrahim Traore is doing, how he's influencing African countries to also unite them for development. AMF4 TV has a lot of pack as this issue is concerned. We will always update you on this issue because AMF4 TV is an entertainment, political, and social network TV. Kindly not to forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of these videos as well as other entertaining videos. My name is Richard Che.
Arise, gather youth for your country. Your nation demands no devotion. Let